Hey guys, Ron Von Bill Construction over here at the split level today, and we're doing some in-the-wall radiant heat down here in the lower level. There's a concrete floor down here, but it's been poured. It was poured when the house was built, so we can't really get any tubing down in there for heat, and we're doing radiant heat in this house. So we're going to put some on the half wall here. We're going to put some bricks on there. And behind the bricks, we're going to put some tubing, and we're going to have some in-the-wall radiant heat, which is not too typical. I've done it in a couple of houses, so it works pretty good, actually. Especially with these bricks over the outside of them, they should warm up and radiate heat into the house pretty good. So I'll show you where we're at right now, and thanks for watching. So here we're putting on some 2-inch polystyrene insulation glue board. When you're doing this radiant heat, especially if you're doing it on an exterior wall, you're going to want some closed cell foam in there so that the heat radiates into the room and you don't lose a bunch of heat to the outside. So here we're just putting the 2-inch polystyrene on there, and we got some they're 3/4 by 3 furring strips, and we're tap conning these strips in. I use 3 3/4 inch tap cons, 5/16 tap cons, so you need some long ones to hook these in. So all these are going to do is hold the foam until we can get it all secured, and then we're going to actually hook the tubing to these strips, which I'll show you in a little bit in the video how we did the tubing. But that's all we're doing here, just drilling them out, tap conning them in there. I put them every 2 feet on center, pretty much. So some of them are a little closer, but for the most part they're 2 foot on center. So I'd put a slat at every seam, and then I just jump one in the middle of there. And then on the back wall there, I had to hit the studs that were behind the wall because that wasn't a block wall. But like I said, you want to make sure you get a good insulator between your exterior wall and the tubing. So that's where this 2-inch polystyrene is going to come in good. That's going to give us a good insulator for that. So this is what we got so far. We put some 2-inch polystyrene board. There's a half wall here that was blocks, and we capped the top with 1.5 inches of polystyrene. I got a spray foam that. This is what we're up to. This is what we had, just a block wall. There's some holes there on top that were pretty leaky. I still got to do this section. That's what we're doing. We're putting foam on here, putting some slats on there to hold the tubing. And we're going to put some tubing in there. That's going to be our heat down here. Because this floor has already been poured, so we can't put heat in underneath there. We've got really low ceilings in this room too, so we don't have a lot of room to work. So that's what we're up to at the split level today. Try to get some video footage of how you want to do this in the wall heat. Like I said, I've done it in a couple houses. It works really good. It's good for radiant retrofit where you can't get into the flooring to put tubing in the flooring, and it doesn't really work to put tubing in the ceiling very well. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, here's some video footage of us putting the tubing in the walls. We're just using some little pipe clamps, plastic pipe clamps and sheetrock screws, and we're fastening this PEX tubing right to the slats that were tap conned through the styrofoam board into the block wall. We have some long tap cons that 3 3/4 inch tap cons that we use to go through the furring strips to hold the foam on. And now we're using those furring strips to fasten the tubing on to. Like I said, we're just using some little pipe clamps, plastic PVC pipe clamps for plumbing, and we're just little sheetrock screws in there holding them. There's one section in the bathroom area that we had to use some tap cons because we couldn't, well, there was no slats there. There was no room for slats because the tub had to be in there. So right in that area over there, we used some longer tap cons with a different type of fastener. But mostly we just used those little clamps. We clamped it right in there. So now we're going to run this tubing along this entire wall here. It's on the outside of the bathroom. It's going to actually be in the laundry room. So we're just going to run this tubing all the way across this short wall, all the way to the top. We're just snaking it back, going to snake it back and forth in this wall on 1 foot center. So we got a chalk line here. We're going to snap some lines. I'm marking it here. But here we go, snapping some chalk lines quick, and just putting them, like I said, 1 foot on center. And we're going to just fasten this tubing right to the studs, and then we're going to fur that wall out so that we can put some drywall or whatever we finish that wall out with. We'll just use some 2x2s to bring the wall back out so that we can fasten our sheeting to it. But that's what we're doing here. We're just going to run this tubing up this wall just to give us some more heat in this area. You want to get as many BTUs as you can with this wall heat. It's not as efficient as in the floor heat. So, and if you put in the floor heat, you'd have a lot of footage of tubing there. So, I want to make sure you can get as much as we can so that this room is comfortable. And this will actually radiate into both sections of the wall. They'll get heat in the bathroom from this, and you'll get heat in the laundry room, which is where I'm standing now, is in the laundry room. The bathroom's on the other side of that wall. That's all we're doing here, just snaking it back and forth. We're using those same little PVC pipe clamps. It's a 2-hole clamp, little plastic 2-hole clamp, and a couple sheetrock screws in there. And running it, we're pulling the tubing out of the basement by the header, and you got to work backwards when you're putting this tubing in. You got to work from the manifold backwards. So we're going to come back down out of this wall here in a minute and head back towards the boiler room. Alright guys, I got all the in-wall heat done here at the split level house. And I got the hot water pumping through it. It's working pretty good. Give you a little tour of what we did. Went right up through this whole wall. Let's get some more BTUs in here. Inside this bathroom we did, like right behind the tub there. Did that. And if you looking back at this side. Place is a mess, but this is the other side of the downstairs. All the way around, all that heat in there. Got it right in this wall all the way to the ceiling. Across the top there. All the way in this little wall. There it is. Like I said, we got it on. And it's pumping heat all through it. I bled all the water out of it, or the air out of it, I should say. Got it hooked up to the boiler here. These pipes aren't permanently done. Just got them kind of hooked up quick. There's our heat system. We got 3 pumps, 3 different zones. We're still working on it, but we got them going just to get a little heat in here. And next we're gonna lay bricks starting tomorrow. This radiant heat should heat these bricks up. Here's our bricks. Got big piles of bricks here. Pile of bricks over here. These are big jumbo bricks. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Get these bricks laid up, and that radiant heat's gonna warm these bricks up and keep this house nice and warm down here in this area. We're also gonna put tubing up in the ceiling here. That's plumbing there. We're gonna put heat in this ceiling, which is gonna be for the upstairs, but that's another day. Thanks for watching my videos. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button, and you can watch everything we're up to here at the split level, trying to get this place done. Thanks.